Hello and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I'm Naja Atutijani. Remember that this broadcast is being streamed live on our website, nta.ng/live. You can also follow us across social media. Our handles are displayed on the screen. And now the news in detail. An international organized criminal group operating between Nigeria, the UK, Brazil, Australia and the United Arab Emirates has been smashed by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) in Lagos, with the Anti-Narcotic Agency also intercepting an estimated 1.1 billion naira codeine consignment in Rivers State. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim reports.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) has made significant seizures in two major operations. In Lagos, a large consignment of cocaine concealed in textile materials and local charms bound for Sydney, Australia, was intercepted at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos.
1, 2, 3, 4.
3 leaders of the cartel were arrested after a 2-week intelligence-led operation. In another operation in Port Harcourt, a 40-feet container containing 160,200 bottles of codeine-based syrup with an estimated street value of over 1.1 billion naira was discovered at the West African Container Terminal Port Harcourt Port One. The container was disguised as a shipment of ceramic sanitary wares. Additionally, in Abuja, NDLEA operatives arrested a dispatch rider in Gwarimpa area of the FCT while conveying 3.1 kilograms of Colorado, a synthetic strain of cannabis. Across the country, NDLEA commands continue their war against drug abuse through sensitization lectures and advocacy visits to worship centers, workplaces, palaces of traditional rulers, and communities. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
And now to good news for budding astronomers and geography students. Nigeria and dozens of other nations worldwide will witness a lunar eclipse this Sunday, 7th September. The eclipse is expected to last approximately 83 minutes and will start around 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Scientists state that the eclipse will be observable across most of Africa, with some regions able to view the entire event. Countries including Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Benin, Togo, Niger, Chad, and Sao Tome and Principe will experience the eclipse through the westernmost areas, but may miss parts of the early penumbral or partial phases due to the moon rising closer during totality. Scientists confirm that a lunar eclipse is safe to view with the unaided eye. A total lunar eclipse occurs when the sun, earth, and moon are aligned in space, with Earth in the middle, casting its shadow on the moon. The federal government has unveiled an ambitious Nigeria post-harvest system transformation program to ensure resilient, efficient, and inclusive post-harvest handling storage. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security Abubakar Kyari says the initiative aligns with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda to eradicate poverty, achieve food and nutrition security, and promote economic growth. The minister announced this at the Nigeria Legacy Program organized by the Africa Food Systems Forum in partnership with the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa in Dakar, Senegal, where he revealed that Nigeria loses an estimated 3.5 trillion naira annually due to post-harvest inefficiencies, which largely affect smallholder farmers. Kyari stated that the post-harvest program would focus on household storage technologies, community-level warehouses, cold rooms, and strategic national silos managed through public-private partnerships, among other initiatives. Key players in disaster risk management have converged on Calabar to deliberate on key issues relating to workplace safety, environmental management, sustainable development, and protection of lives. Miracle Edo has the details.
Three fundamental pillars: quality, safety, and sustainability, recognized as essential drivers of institutional growth. Stakeholders are here with a common goal to promoting holistic systems which safeguard lives, protect the environment, and enhance organizational quality.
What the team entails is safety is excellent, sustainability is excellent. Whatever we do, we should strive for excellence.
June this year, my ministry launched 2,000 tractors and 9,000 farm implements for farmers under the Renewed Hope Agricultural Mechanization Program.
Our ministry has made it a top priority to build a modern, resilient, safe, and sustainability aviation sector.
Keynote speakers highlight the need to integrate safety standards, sustainable practices, and quality-driven processes into institutions for effective service delivery. High point of the event was the conferment of Honorary Distinguished Fellowship Award to the Chief Medical Director of the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital, Professor Ikpeme, represented, and others for their contributions and value addition to the society. In Calabar, Miracle Edo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital has upgraded major facilities through remodeling and reconstruction at the tertiary health facility. Erica Evie has the details.
At the different units visited, the officers in charge explained the transformation put by the hospital management to meet international standards.
So we attend to the common cases of most people most of the time. You can see that the unit is very large. The other side, the family medicine 1, and that the family medicine 2.
It is our duty, if we find a child in that room, in the reader's room, seated for 1-2 hours, we walk up to you and we tell you, young child, please stand up and take a walk.
Currently, our pharmacy is well stocked. Presently, there's no one that will step in under the insurance except there are medications that are on the exclusive list.
The Chief Medical Director reiterates the hospital commitment to reconstruct facilities that will provide better medical services to Nigerians.
So our vision is to ensure that the average person within Cross River and the environment comes here, gets the best of services.
Management of the hospital believes University of Calabar Teaching Hospital is one of the fastest growing hospitals in Nigeria, with technology and modern day equipment to meet international best practices. In Calabar, Erica Evie, NTA News.
Now let's talk women in politics. The All Progressives Congress, Enugu State, is adopting a door-to-door campaign strategy to galvanize support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda. The initiative is aimed at mobilizing women at the grassroots level, leveraging their influence and reach in their various communities. Chimaroke Ugu reports that this strategy was unveiled at the official inauguration and conference of the APC Enugu Women's Wing.
The Renewed Hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a comprehensive program that focuses on various aspects of national development, including economic growth, healthcare, education, and social welfare. The inauguration of the APC Women Wing in Enugu is a strategic move for women to galvanize support for the renewed hope agenda of the present administration.
The APC Enugu Women Summit, of course, is about empowering our APC women, supporting our senior citizens, and we know that the APC women, even Nigerian women as a whole, we are proud of our president.
We are here to spark APC, to take APC to the roots, so that by 2027, our president is coming back.
The women of Enugu, we are standing strong for His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology and the Enugu State Chairman of APC say the door-to-door campaign strategy allows the APC women to engage directly with women at the grassroots, listen to their concerns and provide them with information as critical stakeholders in the development of their communities.
I urge you to stand tall, to keep faith with our great party, and to continue carrying the torch of renewed hope that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has placed on your hands.
This conference is a testament to the collective commitment of our leadership in promoting inclusivity, gender equality, and sustainable development.
High points of the inauguration were the endorsement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a second term. In Enugu, Chimaroke Ugu, NTA News.
From Enugu, let's head to Jalingo in Taraba State, where Africa's largest television network, NTA, is poised to maintain its lead in television broadcasting on the continent, following the ongoing upgrade of its facilities across the nation. The Executive Director News NTA, Ayo Adewi, stated this during a visit to NTA Jalingo. Godwin Inalegu reports that the management received him with excitement and high expectations.
The objective of the workshop was to conscientize the participants on their rules to avoid embarrassment, especially during government programs. The governor, represented at the occasion by the secretary to the government of the state, Gibbon Timothy Katabs, describes the workshop as very important as it aims to promote diligence, commitment, and good attitude to work towards enhancing service delivery.
We all know that protocol is a serious business. Many people are always envious of protocol officers because when you have visitors, when you have occasions, when you have guests coming into the state, these are the ambassadors. We call them local ambassadors. So they are the face of the state or the organizations they represent. And therefore this workshop is a serious business.
In a paper presented on media relations and government communication, building strong partnership for effective publicity, the Executive Director News NTA Headquarters Abuja, Ayo Adewi, x-rayed the need for synergy, collaboration, understanding and communication between the security personnel, protocol officials and the media to effectively discharge their duties.
We need to build that relationship. Please, let our key word in this conference be that need for synergy, need for us to work together as a team so that the interest of our principal can be well protected and well publicized.
Chief of Staff to the Governor, J.G. Williams, encouraged the participants to always see themselves as a team working for the same goal and avoid friction while on the job to ensure successful government programs.
The work of a protocol officer, you must be humble and don't fear. You must surge on, you must move on until you get what you want. I think with this lecture and with the more we are going to have, I think the storm will be weathered.
Chairman, Best Protocols, Etiquette Consult Limited, Ambassador Umfawa Abam, and other speakers urged participants to always ensure shared relationship and communication at government functions towards effective service delivery.
Even when you leave from here, let us work as friends, as brothers and sisters. Our principals will say, what has become of these my officers? I have seen they work very closely now, and he will be very impressed.
Participants at the event expressed the hope that the knowledge they have acquired from the workshop will pave the way for them for attitudinal change. The two-day lecture was organized by the Taraba State Government in collaboration with Best Protocols Etiquette Consult Limited, a leading corporate image branding in Jalingo, Godwin, Inalewu. NTA News.
That report was actually on a workshop on government protocol and media workers at the Government House in Jalingo, where the Executive Director News NTA, Ayo Adewi, delivered a lecture on professionalism. The NTA Jalingo station report, where the EDN visited the management at NTA Jalingo, will come in our subsequent bulletin. And now moving on, President Bola Tinubu congratulates Vice President Kashim Shettima and other distinguished Nigerians on their conferment as fellows of the Nigerian Economic Society, recognizing their outstanding contributions to economic policy, research and development. President Tinubu notes that the conferment on Monday, September 8, attests to their exemplary service, intellectual depth and commitment to advancing Nigeria's socio-economic transformation. He commends Vice President Shettima for his visionary leadership, deep insight, and relentless dedication to implementing the administration's renewed hope agenda, particularly in driving inclusive growth, job creation, and sustainable development. The President equally applauds Dr. Iyabo Masha, renowned economist and director of the Intergovernmental Group of 24 on International Monetary Affairs and Development, on the honor. Dr. Masha was a member of Nigeria's 8-person Presidential Economic Advisory Council from 2019 to 2022, which directly advised President Muhammadu Buhari on economic policy. President Tinubu describes their recognition as well-deserved and an inspiration to upcoming economists, researchers, and policy experts across the country. Now, the NCS Area 1 of the Nigeria Customs Service, Port Harcourt, says it has raked in more than 188 billion naira in revenue generated from January to August 2025. This comes as the new area controller, Salamatu Atuloku, takes command from outgoing controller Mustafa Hashim. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
From initial 11 billion naira in monthly revenue generation when the SY controller assumed office, Area 1 Command revenue rose to over 30 billion naira monthly. The figures tells the story of teamwork, sacrifice, enhanced port operations, commitment from staff and stakeholders, which the new area controller Salamatu Atuloku pledged to consolidate on. She has also promised to enhance trade facilitation.
I'll be sure that I maintain the standard and ensure that I work with the stakeholders, sensitization, and bring them to the office and dialogue and discuss together. And from there, we'll be able to achieve our revenue target.
The former area controller, Mustafa Hashim, while highlighting his achievements, said total revenue generated from January to August 2025 stood at 188 billion naira.
At the start of 2025, the command was given a revenue target of 216 billion, with a monthly expectation of 18.77 billion. It might interest you to know that from January to August 2025, the command recorded a revenue collection of over 188.6 billion.
Stakeholders look forward to a more business-friendly climate amidst calls for dredging of Port Harcourt ports to attract more vessel operations.
It's very simple. We don't have there's no difficulty in doing business here. We don't have the customs are doing their job very perfectly, including the agents.
In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
We'll take a break now. Nationwide continues in a moment. Thanks for staying tuned. We're now joining Awal in our Lagos Network Center for more news. Awal.
Good to see you and welcome to Lagos. The Nigeria Customs Service Federal Operations Unit Zone A has intercepted firearms, ammunition and industrial drones in separate operations across the southwest. The seizures were made in Ogun and Ondo states as part of ongoing efforts to curb smuggling and enhance national security. The report. Merchants of death have been dealt a huge blow as customs officers acting on credible intelligence intercepted a Nissan Almera vehicle suspected of transporting contraband through Ilara bush paths in Ogun State. Comptroller General of Customs, who was represented, says the driver and the passenger fled on sighting officers, leaving behind the vehicle where a search uncovered 15 rifles, nearly 5,000 rounds of ammunition, along with second-hand clothing and cartons of spaghetti used as concealment.
I therefore call on all well-meaning Nigerians to report suspicious movement or activities within their communities. Your vigilance is critical to enable law enforcement agencies to carry their duties effectively.
In another operation along the Akure-Ore axis in Ondo State, a Volkswagen Sprinter bus was stopped during a routine patrol. Inside, officers found 2 industrial drones hidden in a wooden box without proper documentation. One suspect was arrested in connection with the seizure.
The possession of arms, ammunition, or drones of this nature requires valid approval, permits, and an end-user certificate from the Office of the National Security Advisor. Any deviation from these regulatory requirements will be treated as a deliberate attempt to undermine the national security and will be met with swift and decisive action by all relevant security agencies, including the NCS.
The Nigeria Customs says the arms, ammunition and drones have a combined duty-paid value of over 377 million naira. The seized weapons have been handed over to the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons for further investigation. Away from that, and in a bid to deepen collaboration and promote positive narratives about Nigeria, the management of NTA Lagos Network Center, led by its Zonal Director Evelyn Nwosu, paid a courtesy visit to the Logistics Command of the Nigerian Air Force in Ikeja. Details in this report. The Zonal Director of NTA Lagos Network Center, Evelyn Nwosu, reaffirmed the station's track record of accurate and balanced reportage. She noted that the NTA has over the years remained committed to telling the Nigerian story with professionalism, while also strengthening partnerships with key institutions like the Nigerian Air Force to enhance national development.
In the media space, people want sensation, they want to hear breaking news, they want to see people just distort the space. But most times when they do, they end up apologizing. Or probably what they said because they don't get the full story. But NTA would dare to tell you that never had to apologize for any story.
Air Officer Commanding Logistics Command Ikeja, Air Vice Marshal Adeniran Ademuwagun, said the Nigerian Air Force remains open to partnerships that highlight its contributions beyond security operations.
We really appreciate, and you can see, we know that you are that important, not just to the Nigerian Air Force, but to the country at large.
The visit was rounded off with the presentation of a plaque by the Air Officer Commanding to the Zonal Director, along with assurances of a more vibrant relationship between the media and the military. Those are the reports from Lagos. It's back to Najatu in Abuja for the continuation of Nationwide. Naja, it's back to you.
Thank you, Awal. Troops of 12th Brigade Nigerian Army are winning the war against criminal elements in ongoing Operation Eguatite 2 in Kogi State. Acting Assistant Director, Army Public Relations, 12th Brigade, Lieutenant Hassan Abdullahi, says the operation, which commenced on 1st September 2025, has already recorded notable successes, including the elimination of notorious bandit commander Kachalla Bala, 5 other bandits and their logistics courier, destruction of several bandit settlements during routine patrols, and the rescue of hostages, a man and his 2 children. The Nigerian Army says it will continue to secure the lives of citizens through such operations as Igua Tite 2 and the vigilance of its gallant troops working in synergy with sister agencies across the nation. In a display of appreciation, the Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association DEPOA is rallying support for Nigerian troops in a campaign tagged, "Thank you to our troops." Their first port of call was the Naval Headquarters, Abuja, where they shared the message with the Chief of the Naval Staff.
They may not bear arms, but these military wives, members of the Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, are on a mission.
We are relying on Nigerians to show genuine appreciation to our forces. We want every soldier, every sailor, every airman, every policeman to hear the nation say, "We see you, we thank you, we honor you."
DEPOA's message is clear. Thank you to our troops. These unsung heroes have made the ultimate sacrifice, and their families are being remembered in a special way, which includes future plans for scholarships at a leadership academy scheduled to begin construction in 2026. The Naval Chief agrees that this appreciation and approach gives a much-needed soft touch to the nation's security imperative.
And in these aspects, which we consider the non-kinetic approach, DEPOA has been key to propagating that aspect. And that's why I call you. You are also part of military operations. Having said all this, I would like to make a specific promise that the Nigerian Navy will at least take up the building of one block.
It is a display of appreciation, one which DEPOA is challenging every Nigerian to take up.
NTA News. Now, the Ogun Police Command has unveiled a digital safety and intelligence application designed to give residents swift and direct access to police services, especially in emergencies where reaching a police station may be difficult. The State Commissioner of Police, Lanre Ogunlor, during engagement with journalists in Abeokuta, said the initiative reflects a modern approach to Nigeria's policing architecture through data utilization and citizen partnership. Yemi Dalemo reports.
The media engagement is to intimate journalists with the achievements recorded between July and September in the fight against crimes and criminality across the state. CP Lanre Ogunlowo explained that the intelligence-driven efforts of the men and officers of the command paid off with apprehension of suspects on offences such as murder, armed robbery, unlawful possession of firearms and hard drugs, cultism, among others.
What are the challenges we have? I will not do without mentioning sexual violence. That one occurs every day in the homestead. So we want to plead with parents that they should do more to spend time with their kids and to, of course, put eyes on them.
Unveiling the digital safety and intelligence application known as Gateway Shield, the app, which is said is available on Play Store, while residents can also access the service through a toll-free emergency line for swiftly process of complaints and coordinate responses from the nearest police units.
All the coordinates of the 73 divisions are already programmed. That immediately you call that number, the agent speaks, and all you need to say is, "This is what is happening to me." Nobody will ask you where are you calling from.
The police boss acknowledged the Inspector General of Police deployment of armored personnel carriers to the command to bolster operational readiness and pledge to transform the command into a smart policing hub. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
Governor Ademola Adeleke says his government remains resolute in ensuring the protection of lives through the prevention of road crashes in Osun State. The governor stated this shortly after being decorated by the Corps Marshal of the FRSC, Shehu Muhammad, as the patron of special marshals in Osun State at the banquet hall of the Government House in Osogbo Femi Afariogun reports.
The Corps Commander, FRSC, represented by the Zonal Commander for Osun, Oyo and Ondo states, invested Governor Ademola Adeleke as the new patron of special marshals in Osun State.
You are not just our governor today, you have become the chief advocate of road safety. Your voice will echo beyond this hall, inspiring motorists to slow down, transport unions to embrace discipline.
This honor is a recognition of His Excellency's exemplary leadership, unyielding dedication to the welfare and safety of our people, and his sustained support for the Federal Safety Corps.
In his response, Governor Ademola Adeleke said the investiture is not just recognition but a call to service. He pledged stronger support for enforcement, improved road infrastructure, and public enlightenment to save lives.
Being a patron comes with a lot of responsibilities, which includes promoting road safety values, supporting enforcement, and encouraging behavioral change among our people. I embrace this role wholeheartedly and pledge to work with you to save lives.
The program opened another new chapter for special marshals in Osun State. In Oshogbo, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
We all know that we are in the Ember period, and one of the characteristics is there tends to be more road traffic crashes in the country during this period. But the question is why? Different quarters have highlighted different reasons, but in this special report, Oyeyemi Ajayi delves into the causes.
It's that time of the year already, the Ember month, the period of high road traffic crashes in the country. No doubt, this moment requires care and caution, but for different reasons. For many, the myth of evil forces tend to be on rampage comes to play. But for the Federal Safety Corps, it's time of high vehicular movement. But what are the targets, fines and penalties for road traffic violations this time around?
Overloading, whether of goods or of passengers, has a negative effect on our highways in terms of the impact on the tires, in terms of the impact when you want to manipulate, in terms of the negative impact, especially when the crashes are involved. And within the city, the issue of driving against traffic. There are major issues that everybody is really worried about.
We always want to compliment with the railway to keep telling them that they need to stay alive. Safer road and fuller lives is best for everyone. And at this period that people are rushing, we said you are the only sane driver.
One major step the Corps has made as a stand against road traffic offenders is the inculcation of mobile courts to prosecute offenders. But many ask a major question. What is the position of a mobile court for a first-time offender?
Well, the reason why we brought about the mobile court issue is because we believe that the mobile court is more civil, it's more transparent, and the offenders too, or the drivers, so to speak, have the opportunity to appear before a judge. Unlike just us issuing you with a ticket and you just go and pay. Once you are presented before the magistrate, it's within the purview of the magistrate to determine whether, since you are a first offender, you should be pardoned or not. It's not something that we as FRSC or any operative of ours should determine.
One could only expect a better conduct of motorists on the highways, and as many say, treat the next driver as a family and ensure safety while on the roads. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
Thank you, Oyeyemi. We'll now head to Sokoto and join Sadia for more reports from that zone. Sadia?
Thanks for joining us in Sokoto. In a renewed effort to strengthen the fight against insecurity, Sokoto State Government has again donated a fleet of operational vehicles and motorcycles to security agencies operating in the state. The Secretary to the State Government, Muhammad Bello Sifawa, handed over the vehicles to representatives of the police, army, air force and DSS at the government house, Sokoto. Bashir Ibrahim Nababa reports.
Security remains a top priority in Governor Ahmed Aliu's 9-point SMART agenda designed to transform critical sectors across Sokoto State. Despite sustained efforts by the administration and security agencies, communities in the eastern axis of the state continue to contend with the activities of bandits and kidnappers. To further boost operations, with this latest intervention, the state government has so far procured and distributed over 170 operational vehicles and more than 1,000 motorcycles to enhance the capacity of the security personnel.
During our usual interactions, the security agencies observe what my friend S.A. usually call lacuna, that is a gap, and they want to bridge that gap. And they immediately requested His Excellency to support them more in order to bridge that gap and enhance their performances.
We are assuring the good people of Sokoto that these hardware given to us, that's the vehicles and the motorcycles, will be utilized judiciously as for the reasons why they have been given, and that this can boost our performance.
The donation also underscores the need for stronger synergy and coordination among security agencies in tackling the prevailing challenges. From Sokoto, Bashir Ibrahim Nababa, NTA News.
To benefit from skills acquisition training under the second phase of the Renewed Hope Employment Initiative of the National Directorate of Employment. The state coordinator of the agency, Lukman Abubakar, disclosed this while declaring the program open in Sokoto. Abdullahi Umar Ilalu reports.
For many young people in Sokoto, the search for work has been a daily struggle. However, hope is being rekindled through the Renewed Hope Employment Initiative of the federal government under the National Directorate of Employment, NDE. Launched through President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda, the program is equipping thousands of unemployed Nigerians with practical skills to transform their lives. More than 41,000 youth across the country are to undergo training in trades such as tailoring, carpentry, agriculture, ICT, and other demand-driven skills in the second phase. In Sokoto State, 1,000 participants were carefully selected, each aspiring to build a better future. As motivation, every trainee will receive 10,000 naira as transport allowance at the end of the program, while outstanding participants will benefit from loans or starter packs to establish small businesses.
I'm going to use this opportunity to thank the federal government and also the state government for putting efforts in order to create an atmosphere or an environment where every individual, every citizen will benefit from.
Inshallah, we are going to continue that to be self-reliant and help others.
The Director General of the NDE, Silas Ali Agara, represented at the flag-off. They affirmed that despite limited resources, the agency remains committed to empowering Nigerian youth with the tools to secure a dignified livelihood.
When we are done with this 1,000, the program will run up to December and part of January. Part of January will be supplied with the starter pack and the cash component. Then NDE also will start preparations for additional round.
Community leaders, along with representatives of the National Productivity Center and other stakeholders, commended the initiative and urged the trainees to remain committed so they can become job creators rather than job seekers. From Sokoto, Abdullah Omar Ilalu, NTA News.
And that's it from here at the moment. Nationwide will continue with Naja'atu, but that will be after this break. Do stay.
Welcome back to our Abuja studios. We're talking faith-based matters now. Governor Bala Muhammad of Bauchi State has set up an Interfaith Peace-Building Committee to address the lingering conflict between farmers and herders in Tafawa Balewa local government area of the state. The committee, comprising religious leaders and security agencies, is to sensitize the public on the need for peaceful coexistence. Awal Abdullahi reports.
Interfaith Committee, comprising religious leaders and security agencies, is aimed to
to work out modalities in propagating the gospel of unity and peaceful coexistence in Tafawa Balewa and Bogoro local government areas of Bauchi State. Inaugurating the committee, Governor Bala Mohammed restated his administration's commitment toward ensuring purposeful leadership that will bring about peace and development in the state.
I want to assure the citizens of the state that they are working very hard and continuously with the security agencies that are all here to contain every situation around the state. To build upon the efforts we are making, government found it expedient and timely to leverage on the influence and standing of our religious leaders to sensitize our citizens on the need for harmony.
Co-chairman of the committee, Imam Faizu Ado Musa and Reverend Father Vincent Vature, pledged their commitment for effective discharge of their responsibility in maintaining peace in the areas.
Christianity and Islam, they both preach peaceful coexistence. And we take it upon ourselves to see to it that we take this awareness and initiative to our followers.
The committee is to work with security agencies and other relevant stakeholders. In Bauchi, Awal Abdullahi, NTA News.
Imo State Governor, Senator Hope Uzodimma, has urged intending Christian pilgrims of Imo State to be good ambassadors of the state and Nigeria. The governor gave the advice in Owerri during the orientation program organized by Imo State government in collaboration with the Nigerian Christian Pilgrim Commission for intending Christian pilgrims. Omenka Amarachuku reports that the orientation at the government house is for the 2025 delayed pilgrimage.
Governor Hope Uzodimma, represented by his deputy, Dr. Chinyere Ekamaro, urged the pilgrims to conduct themselves with excellence and reflect the values of true believers in Christ while in the Holy Land. The representative of the NCPC Executive Secretary, Wamaka Opara, who is also the zonal coordinator of the NCPC Southeast Office, underscored the spiritual essence of the pilgrimage. She notes that exercise is aimed at uplifting the faith and well-being of pilgrims through a life-changing encounter with God. For the first time, pilgrims will be airlifted directly from Sam Mbakwe International Cargo Airport on September 14, 2025. Umenka Mrachuku, NTA News.
Okay, let's go back to the EDN's visit to Jalingo. Africa's largest television network is poised to maintain its lead in television broadcasting, according to the Executive Director News, Ayo Adewi of NTA, who visited NTA Jalingo. Godwin Inalego has more.
Commissioned in April 2003, NTA Jalingo started transmission with clear signal for its streaming viewers within and outside the state. Years after, the station began to experience challenges following the wearing of its equipment and difficulty to replace. The coming of the Executive Director News, Ayo Adewi, to the station elicited high expectations for the management and staff of NTA Jalingo.
I can assure you on behalf of the TG that in no distant time, first because when we take the issue of infrastructure, equipment, because that's the first contact with the people. Whatever people see on the street, on the screen, is how they rate you first. Yes. Okay, so that's why we're taking that on first. Ensuring that all stations, especially state stations, are equipped with, new transmitters, digital transmitters, so that the pictures you are relaying is, attractive to people for more patronage. Time will leave. We will know that we'll be able to say we have done our best and NTA is better for it.
It's this opportunity too to appreciate President Ahmed Bola Tinubu for reconsidering his decision to reinstate the Director General, Comrade Saliu Abdulhamid Dembos, and your humble successor back to your office, and all those that played critical role in ensuring that the truth prevail and ensure that you are back to your office.
She took time to enumerate some of the many challenges facing the station, including lack of access roads, dilapidating structures, lack of equipment, vehicle, perimeter fence, as well as shortage of staff, amongst others. The EDN was taking round the facilities for sightseeing. In Jalingo, Godwin Inalegu, NTA News.
Indeed, welcome back to our Director General and our EDN. Now let's join our sports desk for the latest. Tennis stars Carlos Alcaraz and Yannick Sinner are set for a US Open final showdown, their third meeting in a Grand Slam final this year. Details with Suleiman Musa on Sports Update.
Nigerians have continued to react to the Super Eagles tutoring 2026 World Cup qualification campaign. The Godswill Akpabio Stadium was packed to capacity on Saturday as Nigeria edged Rwanda 1-0 in Uyo, keeping their slim hopes alive. Substitute Tolu Arukodare's crampy second-half finish proved decisive, sealing all 3 points for the Eagles. Despite the victory, Nigeria remains third in Group C, 6 points adrift of leaders South Africa. The team now faces a crucial matchday 8 clash in Bloemfontein, a must-win if they are to stay in contention for a spot in next year's FIFA World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico.
We are very, very happy. The Super Eagles, though we struggled in this game, but I want to give it to the keeper of the Amavobi of Rwanda.
But we know what Tolu Arukodare brings to this team. He has shown time after time since he made his debut that is Osimhen deputy, the physicality, the ball control.
To tennis, world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka overcame home favorite Amanda Anisimova to successfully defend her US Open title crown, clinching her first Grand Slam title of the year. In a clash of 2 of the game's heaviest hitters, Sabalenka stayed composed to seal a 6-3, 7-6 victory. Still on tennis, the most dominant rivalry in tennis continues with the US Open men's singles final as Carlos Alcaraz takes on Yannick Sinner later tonight. Alcaraz and Sinner, the 2 best players in the world, meet in a 3rd Grand Slam final in a row, a historic feat, the first time it has happened in the same season in the Open era. Earlier this year, Alcaraz beat Sinner to the French Open title after an epic final that stretched to almost 5.5 hours. With Sports Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
Sports Update concludes nationwide this Sunday afternoon. Thanks for being a part of it. I'm Naja'atu Tijani.